So just a few moments ago, I got done watching Smile 2. I know, I missed the theatrical release, but I didn't want to pay like $20 to go to the movie theaters. Movie theaters are expensive, man. So I said, you know what? Smile 1 released shortly after on Amazon Prime for free, so I thought Smile 2 would do the same. And here we are, I think 2 months after it released, and I got it for $5 on Vudu. And let me tell you guys, it's a great movie. You know, it's a movie where, in hindsight, I would have gone to the theaters to watch it. So just to break the ice, in case you guys don't know what the premise of Smile is about, it's about almost like an STD demon, right? It passes itself off from one person to another via dying. Sounds kind of weird, but bear with me. So the Smile demon essentially possesses somebody, and it drives them insane over the course of about a week. When that person is at their breaking point, what happens is that the demon puts themselves in that person's mouth, and they now possess the person. And what they do is they go over to a group of people, or maybe just one person, and then they kill themselves. Whether it's slicing their throat, whether it's bashing their heads in, they find some way to kill themselves. And if the other person watches that happen, then they now become possessed. And that right there is why I call it an STD demon. It kind of reminds me of It Follows, where you literally have to have sex to get the demon, but that's a different movie. So Smile 2 released, and I was a big fan of Smile 1, so I came in here with really high expectations. I'm going to spoil the first movie because it's been out for like, I think 2 or 3 years now, but in Smile 1, the creature was so unique, right? Rarely do these horror movies or ghost or paranormal movies show you an interesting villain, right? Typically, when I think of ghosts, I think of like The Nun or, you know, the guy from Insidious or Sinister, and they're all kind of boring. It's just a person wearing a mask or dark makeup, right? That's your typical ghost in 2024. But Smile goes out of its way to really cook up a monster. Like, at the end of Smile 1, you get this, like, demon crawling out of somebody's flesh. They open their mouth, and there's, like, 1,000 teeth in there. I thought it was really freaking cool. And aside from the cool monster design, they also had a really trippy but cool ending, where the main character thought they escaped, and they thought they won, and then they blink, and then they're back where they started, and then they end up dying. I thought that was a really cool premise. I love it when movies do that. So, like I said, coming into Smile 2, my bar of expectations was set pretty damn high. And I'm going to be honest, Smile 2 met all those expectations. It is just as trippy, it's just as creepy and weird, and I really loved it. I will admit it's not as scary as the first movie. I think that's because you kind of expect what to see from the monster, right? You expect the jump scares, you expect, you know, revisiting past locations or looping memories or things that just don't make sense. So coming into this movie, it is kind of more of the same, but I don't think that's a bad thing. So this time around, I do gotta admit, the highlight of this movie is the main character. The girl main character, who, I forgot her name all of a sudden, I literally watched it like an hour ago, but I think she played a fantastic job. From the actor to how they wrote her character, I really enjoyed it. It kind of feels like we're following a Miley Cyrus-esque character. So to, you know, set up the plot, I don't want to spoil it in case you guys want to watch it, you know, just in case you haven't watched a movie that's highly popular out there, but to set it up, there is the demon, the same demon from the first movie, and they have found their way to a drug dealer's house. Our pop star is, I wouldn't say she's a druggie, but she used to be a druggie. Nowadays, she solely uses pain medications because she does have a effed up back. Her back is giving her a lot of pain, kind of like Luigi, the healthcare guy. So she tries to get Vitacaine from her drug dealer, and it turns out that the drug dealer ends up killing himself in the same manner I talked about and passes the demon onto her. And based off of that right there, you can kind of imagine where this is going to go, right? The demon has hit the jackpot. The demon wants to kill itself in front of many people so that they can spread themselves among them. They're in a pop star. You know, the demon is having a field day with this girl. So you're kind of following the events of the girl realizing that something is wrong. I will admit, one thing I didn't enjoy about this movie is that it did take the girl quite some time to realize that she is sick in the head and that she is being possessed by a demon. I think for like the first half of the movie, she literally thinks that, you know, she's tripping balls or people are playing pranks on her. And I'm like, okay, smell the roses. Something is on, dude. The minute the first weird thing happens in my house, I'm gonna think it's a demon. You know, I know this is real life, but if I see something fall in the kitchen and nobody else is home except for me, I know I'm haunted. I am leaving. But this girl, she takes like, I don't know, 5 or 7 different crazy occurrences like that to finally realize that things aren't right. She takes way too long to realize this. I don't know what it is. Of course, I feel like these horror movies have to dumb down the characters a little bit or, suspend disbelief. But yeah, that's my one qualms about the movie. Outside of that, though, I think the premise is fun. It's fantastic. Like I said, you already know where the demon wants to go with this. They want to kill themselves in front of the giant audience that the pop star has. Are they successful, though, or are they not? I'm not going to say. I don't want to spoil that. But I will say that the ending felt very abrupt. The ending in the first movie, right, they kind of kept you going through these loops and loops, and you didn't really know what to believe until the credits rolled. Whereas this time around, it was kind of straightforward. Not exactly what I expected. And one thing that I thought was pretty cool is that they actually introduced a way to fight the demon, which is something that the first movie was kind of devoid of. Right at the very end, we had like some inkling, but we didn't really know how to do it. But in this movie, we're actually offered a solution to the problem. And I thought that was really cool. It was really cool seeing the main character kind of chase that down near the end. But yeah, I thought overall this movie was a solid watch. I did not regret my time watching it. It is a 2 hour and 7 minute film, which is kind of rare for horror movies. Typically, horror movies know that they shouldn't overstay their welcome because they just get less and less scary as time goes on, right? Once you've seen one jump scare, you've kind of seen them all. If you've seen one demon and one trick, you're going to expect it the next time. That is why horror movies usually cut it pretty damn short. But Smile is confident. They instead say, hey, no. Forget the 90-minute trend. Let's go for 2 hours. And I think that it paid off really well. By the time the movie ended, I was kind of sad. I wanted more of it, which is rare for a horror movie. So yeah, would I recommend this movie? 1,000,000%. Like I said, it's $5 on Vudu, $5 on Amazon Prime. I'd recommend you pick it up via renting. Also, if I do recall correctly, I think you can stream it for free on some weird third service like Paramount or something like that. I don't know. I'm a simple guy. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, I have Amazon Prime, Crunchyroll, and that right there is already a lot. I don't have a Max account, unfortunately. I don't have a Paramount Plus. I don't have a High Dive. But at this point, it's like, bro, we're essentially just paying for cable, which is crazy to think about, right? We started with one streaming service, we had two, and then now we're at like, freaking 50, right? If you want all your shows, you got to get all the subscriptions. I hate that. But yeah, either way though, I thought this is one of the better horror movies of the year. I've pretty much watched them all minus one of them. I still need to watch Heretic. I heard really good things about that, and it is now rentable on all these streaming services, so maybe I'll pick it up pretty soon once the price gets reduced, because I'm not paying $20 to rent a movie, right? When it gets dropped down to like $5, I'll do it. But yeah, overall though, Smile 2, definitely recommend it. I love the monster, love the concept. I love how trippy the monster is as well, right? In a lot of horror movies, one complaint I usually have is that the ghosts are dumb. They don't, they're not proactive. They don't try to stop things. Like, for some reason, in every horror movie I have watched, any one of them that includes a ghost, the ghost lets the main characters go to a church, go to see a priest, go to visit somebody from the past who's been haunted before and who knows a solution. Like, those ghosts just sit on the sidelines. And I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Like, you're haunting this dude. This is your only job to our knowledge. Why are they sitting there with their thumbs in their asses while the main characters are trying to destroy them? Never made any sense. I mean, of course, like 9 out of 10 times, the ghost wins at the end of the day, so it doesn't matter. But still, like, why would you let the main character get that far in getting rid of you or killing you? In this movie, though, for Smile, it actually feels like we're fighting a smart demon. Whenever the main character tries to do something, dude, the demon is one step ahead. It's crazy. It's like watching a cat and mouse game, which I think is really fun. Like, for example, I'm going to make up an imaginary scenario, but imagine I'm haunted and I'm like, oh, let me go visit a priest. Let me go visit somebody who can get rid of this thing. And on my way to the priest, the demon destroys my car. You know what I mean? Or maybe I show up to the church and it's not a church. I'm at, a fentanyl alley and I just get overdosed. Like, it's something insane like that. Like, this demon actually takes steps to protect itself, which I think is very unique. And I love that. But yeah, that's enough gushing over it. I don't want to risk spoiling too much of the plot, but hopefully you guys end up checking it out if you like horror movies, and I'll catch you guys later. My name is Sai, and I'm signing out.